Yo, what's up, everybody? This is William from BeforeTheBillions back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well today. So I just got back from an event with Comcast, and I had a great time over there at the Comcast office over there in Atlanta, Georgia. Just over there networking with a lot of people over there as well, meeting some more professionals and getting my name out there, being more visible, and also collaborating with other professionals over there at the Urban League of Greater Atlanta for Young Professionals. So as I was doing earlier, but I also have, and you probably will see it in the title of this video, I have had my first phone screening with Meta. So a recruiter from Meta reached out to me via email, and I was excited about it. I was like, okay, great. I had the opportunity to get a interview with Meta, to potentially get a job with them. And as you guys have seen in some of my previous videos, I was recently laid off from my previous position, and I have over 5 years of experience as a data engineer. I have a degree in computer science from Georgia State University, and it's been a month since I have been laid off. So I'm trying to actively get my name out there, network with more people, and it has paid off to where I'm speaking with great companies such as a Meta/Facebook. So I am making this video, and I'm thinking about creating a series where I go over and I try to prepare for the Meta interview and probably some more interviews going forward. Now, I will say this though, is I'm trying to be transparent with my content here on YouTube. And when I say I'm trying to be transparent, is that a lot of companies and things like, and companies and people and organizations, they don't really like the transparency a lot of the time. So I'm going to make these types of videos preparing for it. And I'm coming from the perspective of like a normal guy who is not like I'm not a genius or anything like that, to where I just know how to do everything. But I'm going to be learning, and then I'm going to be sharing my process and how I'm learning and what I'm learning in preparation for this type of interview. Now, I'm going to go over some of the things that you guys can probably see already talked about on YouTube, but a lot of other people who are content creators have interviewed with Meta before as well, and other FANG companies. And I'm going to go over some of the things that not only was talked about in the initial phone screening. Essentially, this is going to be for many different other tech companies or other companies who are trying to hire technical talent. You'll have a similar type of experience with a phone screen, and then you'll go on to an interview. So I'm going to be kind of going over the process a little bit, talking about how I'm going to be preparing, and then in some future videos, I'm going to be posting about how, like, hey, I'm going over these elite code questions. And I'm going to tell you guys straight up front is that I am nowhere near good at elite code questions. I wasn't even good in my algorithms class. So it is going to be a very difficult thing for me to be able to get good at this. And I want you all to hold me accountable in the comments down below. So that way, hey, I need for you to go ahead and come out with a new video, so that way I can, see that you're actually progressing. And I would really appreciate that, guys, if you can kind of hold me accountable to sticking up with labbing every day, putting up more content, and then also learning and preparing for these interviews. So that was the initial phone screening. And there's also so the initial phone screening went well. Okay, so I'm going to be moving forward, and this is also the reason why I'm preparing, right? I'm moving forward past the phone screening, but the phone screening was very relaxed. Is more so just learning about my experience, and I'm learning more about the role. And I am applying for another data engineering position. This is going to be a position, is the level for people who have between 2 to 7 years of experience. So kind of like a mid-level engineer. And of course, after some time I'm working there, looking forward to the future, thinking about the future, is that it'll lead into a leadership position. And if you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know that I want to be a leader. And in the event I went to earlier, they said that I'm already a leader. I just need to get in the spaces where it can show, and I can show my strengths. So I think that is really good to kind of think about the future, planning your process out, planning your career out, and I think it's very beneficial for everybody to do. So let's see. This is not going to be a remote position. So I did talked to the recruiter. It's not a remote position, so they had you if you're applying for Meta, at least for right now, and right now is May of 2024. There are no positions right now that are remote. From what I've seen, out of hundreds of teams, there are no remote positions at the moment. So let's see. At least for data engineering, there may be other maybe other roles that are remote. So I had to relocate, which is also another thing. They do cover relocation as well, but when you own a house and you take care of family and stuff like that, it's kind of like you relocate to a place and you can essentially like, okay, I'm going to move to this place and I'm essentially going to be making more money and it'll help boost my career. Like you can get a job anywhere without having to have much stress. And that's essentially the reason why you would want to go and work at a FANG company is you get paid very well, you get stock options and everything, and then also you can put that on your resume and anybody will hire you. It doesn't even matter. Just by putting that on there and then actually having connections there, you can do whatever you want to. Let's see. So the next thing is I kind of wanted to talk about how long the process will take as well. The process, they say, takes between 6 to 8 weeks in order to go through the whole process. So it's a little bit over 2 months, right? It's about 2 months that it would take, 2 to 3 months actually, from what he said. 3 months being because of travel and the summertime, everybody's going out of town. So it may be even longer than that. So some things to take consideration if you are also applying with Meta or any other FANG company or any other company as well. It's kind of standard that a lot of these companies take their time to make sure they find the right candidate. They're in no rush, and that's the thing that they told me. It's like, yeah, they can expedite it, but I have interviewed for Google before, and let me tell you is that you want to take as much time as you possibly can because preparing for these interviews is extremely difficult. It is a lot of data structures, and that's actually what I want to get into next is what exactly are they looking for. And right now for a data engineer, they're looking for experience, but they're also looking for you to be able to answer leet code and hacker rank type of questions, which are extremely like difficult questions to answer. They're kind of like puzzles and trick questions and stuff like that. It's kind of and of course we'll see in future videos what leet code questions and hacker rank questions look like. I have tried to answer some of the easiest questions on Drew blank. I have tried some of the easiest of the questions on HackerRank and also LeetCode, and let me tell y'all, it is very difficult. Even for somebody who knows how to code, it's still like, okay, I don't understand the question really. How do you equate that? When you're actually in the industry, it's not like you actually have to do those types of processes. What they're going to ask you, like, you never are going to be doing a two-sum problem. You're going to be probably calling a library or an API or something like that, and then you're going to be following like the business requirements. It's never really going to be like some you have to reverse a string and all this other kind of stuff. You don't really have to do that often if there is a use case for something like that. And let's see. So yeah, they're going to be asking for SQL questions, so structured query language. They're going to be asking some advanced skill questions as well. And also the coding, I primarily use Python. I have had experience professionally with Java as well and Kotlin. So Java, Kotlin, and for Android development, and then also Python. But for a data engineer, Python is the best language, in my own opinion, to be able to code because of the libraries that Python has. You have NumPy, Pandas, SciPy, Matplotlib, and a whole bunch of other things, PySpark. There's a whole bunch of different libraries catered towards data science and data engineering that Python has. So, and data analytics. With that, and then also what I'm noticing is a little bit of a trend as well with a lot of companies is that they say that the position, even though it's not a managerial position, they want you to treat it as almost as if you're an entrepreneur. Like, hey, we want you to do a full stack. We want you to kind of be able to do everything that we can put you on. So you can work on the maintenance. You can work on the deployments. You can work on the development. You have to work on the creation of the requirements a lot of the time. And you have to go through the full software development life cycle, such as like doing testing as well. So there's a lot of different things that you have to do when you are in a full stack, or when they say that the position is like an entrepreneurial type of position, or the position is going to be like the full loop. You have to do every single thing under the sun for the position, or at least be able to. Luckily, I'm experienced with the whole life cycle before. I have worked on a DevOps team before, and the DevOps team is pretty much like working as a full stack developer as well, because you pretty much have to do everything underneath the software development lifecycle. So that is essentially what they were looking for. And let me see what else. Yeah, I think that's it. So it's going to be a whole bunch of different types of SQL questions, types of Python questions. They said that they're going to have 3 more interviews in addition to that phone screening that I had. So it's going to be a SQL interview and a Python interview, and then it's going to be like a general behavioral interview. So that's kind of how the interview process is going to be going. So let me know what you guys think about that. I think that that's okay. It's not too bad, because I remember I was applying for a position at Chick-fil-A, and I tried to get this position. This was back in 2019, 2020, something like that. And I had got my contract ended with Home Depot, and I was looking for a new position. And I was like, you know what? I need to go ahead and interview with Chick-fil-A. And at that time, I had 2 internships. I had work experience. I had a degree, and they put me through 7 interviews, and I didn't get the position. So, plus that position was a QA engineer role, so it wasn't really what I do either. So it might not have been a good fit either. So it's a good thing that I am where I am right now. Okay, interviewing with Meta, which is also a great company. So that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close on out. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And also hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified whenever I make new videos on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Please go ahead, and when you click on the like button, just know that it may be a small click for you, but it means a lot to me. Okay? Please go ahead and hit the link in the description, so that way you can check out the Before the Billions website. And then also you can check out the Before the Billions Discord, so that way you can speak with either me or anybody else within the BTB squad. I would really appreciate it.